What's going on, guys? It's Lay the House where I'm here. It's currently Friday, March 21st. Massive 10-game NBA slate tonight, but more importantly, I know you guys are all impressed that I've uploaded 2 days in a row of NBA videos for you guys. I told you all I'm going to try to do at least 3 to 4 of these a week for you guys. In baseball season, I'll try to continue to do the same. So hopefully we can keep that momentum going. Yesterday we had a pretty good day. We actually went 4-2 on the picks that we talked about here on this video and that I wrote up on my article over on Odd Shoppers. So hopefully we can have a really good day today. The video is going to be a bit longer than yesterday's. I think yesterday's ended up being like 6 minutes or so, but obviously that was 5 games. This is 10 games. I've got 6 more plays for you all tonight. So we're going to be using Outlier to show you guys the research for those plays. And then I use some other tools as well, like RotoWire. And then I also post my plays on Odd Shopper every single day. So if you want to see all my plays and if you want to join our community and just be active in the community, I do have a Discord server. The Discord is free to join. The link is in the description below. It's a free Discord server. There is a paid section to it where you can see my full write-up on Odd Shopper every single day, which I'll show you guys here. If we go to Odd Shopper, I do a write-up just like this every single day with a bunch of plays there and analysis with each one. This is just a portion of today's. They're usually a little bit longer because there's first half props and there's some other props I like to touch on. But let's just head over to RotoWire right now and take a look at the injury report for today. So it's a 10-game slate today. I call Friday free Fridays because I post all of my stuff for free every single Friday. As always, there's some injury situations that we want to target and avoid. Amen Thompson is back for Houston today, so that takes away a Brooks first half line that we've been on lately. Philadelphia and Dallas, both just complete messes. Probably situations that I just don't want to deal with. When these injury reports get really long like this and you have a bunch of big names on it, I tend to just stay away and not try to guess basically. For Denver, no Jokic tonight, so that's a very big injury news right there. And then with Boston, Jaylen Brown is going to be out as well. The rest of the slate looks pretty straightforward. There's some minor injuries out there, like some guys who have been out. Washington's got Brogdon and Smart still out. They're out most of the year. Koulibaly too. Scrolling down, Ivy's still out for Detroit. Like a lot of the same old stuff. Wouldn't be shocked to see some things pop up later on today. We have Charlotte on a back-to-back, and an expected blowout against Oklahoma City. Wouldn't be shocked to see Ball or even Bridges sit after playing yesterday. And then there's the situations kind of like Utah where, they've been a mess for a bit, but it's really like an organized mess. So we kind of have an idea of what they're going to do, even though there's a lot of guys on their injury report. So let's head over to Outlier. If you haven't used Outlier yet, you can sign up for a 7-day free trial. Also have a link to that down in the description below. It's where I use every single day to research my plays if I'm not doing just regular positive EV bets. But if I want to actually actively research the plays, I use Outlier because they have really the best player profiles and the most robust data resource out there. Saves me a bunch of time, to be completely honest with you. So the first play that I want to talk about today, we're going to head over to the Celtics and the Jazz. We're going to go to Derek White over 17.5 points. Now, there's no Jaylen Brown tonight for the Celtics, so we got to filter him out here and look at it for the full year. So in 12 games without Jaylen Brown this year, Derek White is averaging 18.83 points per game. He's gone over 9 out of 12 times, so that's a pretty solid sample. If we go back to even last year, he went over in 6 out of 8 games last year without Jaylen Brown as well, averaging just under 22 points a game. So he gave us a little bit of a sweat the other night. He ended up with, I think, 18 points on the dot. We took the same prop 2 days ago against the Nets, and he got there very late in the game, but he still got there. So that's the first play of the day today. Derek White over 17.5 points. Next, we're going to head over to the Cavaliers versus the Suns, and we're going to go with a kind of an obscure prop here. It's Tyus Jones over 1.5 3-pointers made. This line's only available on Underdog, Bet365, BetMGM, and Sleeper. I don't think it's on any other books as of my recording of this video, which is like 10:30 Eastern time in the morning. But basically, there's no Bradley Beal tonight for the Suns, and maybe no Grayson Allen too. So let's just look at, without Bradley Beal, because if Grayson Allen gets ruled out too, it just boosts him even more. So 22 games this season without Bradley Beal. Tyus Jones has gone over in 17 out of 22 games this season, averaging 2.64 3-pointers made per game. If I filter this for only home games, he has gone over every single home game this season where Bradley Beal has not played, averaging over 3-pointers a game. So very solid prop with this Tyus Jones over 1.5 3-pointers. Like I said, if you're on Underdog, that's the best place to play it. But if you also have like Bet365, BetMGM, or are on Sleeper, some other options for you there too. So next, we're going to head over to the Hornets at the Thunder. Potential blowout in this one. The Thunder are basically 20-point favorites, which is huge. That's why, I wouldn't be shocked to see like LaMelo Ball or even Miles Bridges sit, because the Hornets have zero chance in this game. There's no way they're going to win tonight against the Thunder. So SGA, this is a prop that I've been on pretty much all season. So it's likely we're going to have both SGA and Chet Holmgren playing tonight, so I like to filter for games with Chet Holmgren, and then we'll take a look at the full season. So they've played 22 games together this season. I know Chet has played limited minutes in some of these games, but that really doesn't matter too much. And one game, Chet got hurt in the first quarter too, so I'm pretty sure that was the 51-pointer here. But basically, SGA has gone under his points total in 17 out of 22 games this year when both him and Chet plays. I've been on this the whole year. I'm going to keep riding it until it dies. The one caveat in this one today, Jalen Williams is going to be out. We really don't have a sample with the two of them without Jalen Williams. You see only 2 games here. Too small of a sample for me to look at. So I'm going to look at the big thing, and I'm just going to ride it. Ride with this trend, that we've been riding with the entire season. So Shai Gilgeous-Alexander under 32.5 points is play number 3. Heading over to the Pelicans at Timberwolves for play number 4, we're going to take a look at Jaden McDaniels under 22.5 PRA. Now, when Rudy Gobert was out last few weeks actually, this was a play I was all over. I was all over his over actually. You see, last 10 games without Rudy Gobert, he had 22 plus every single game. However, the Minnesota Timberwolves are completely healthy right now. They have Anthony Edwards playing, Julius Randle's playing, Rudy Gobert's in, Conley's healthy, Naz Reid's healthy. The entire team is healthy right now. So I filtered for just the main guys. I want to look at Anthony Edwards being in. I want to look at Julius Randle being in. I want to look at Naz Reid and Rudy Gobert. And we'll take a look at the full season, and we'll switch over to the over. You could see he's only gone over in 15 out of 53 games this year with the entire team healthy. To the under, that's 38 out of 53 games to the under. If we filter for just home games, it's 19 out of 27 games going under 22.5 PRA for Jaden McDaniels. Line is still up there on PrizePicks, Underdog, and all the other major sports books too. So very solid play to be on tonight. Next play, it's kind of an obscure play. We're heading back to that Cavaliers-Suns game, and we're going to take a bench role player in this one. Isaac Okoro, over 4.5 points and assists. Now, I know he's a guy who does not play a lot of minutes. He only plays about 14 minutes a game when the entire Cavaliers team is healthy. Nobody's going to be out for the Cavs tonight completely healthy. So I filtered for games, with Garland, with Mitchell, with Mobley. Where is he? Evan Mobley. And I think I did with Allen too, actually, is when I did this filter. So it was, maybe I did with Hunter. And then I did with maybe Strus. That's what it was. Yeah, so I did every game with Garland, Hunter, Mitchell, Mobley, Allen, and Strus, because they're fully healthy. So I might as well include their in full rotation with this. So there's been 7 games where all of them have been healthy so far this season, and Okoro has come off the bench. Plays about 14 minutes a game, but it varies. It could be 10. It could be up to 18 minutes. It really just depends on the game flow. If the game gets out of hand and turns into a blowout, we'll see upwards of 18 minutes, but more than likely scenario, it's going to be around this 12, 13 minutes range of minutes here. So in the 7 games where everyone's healthy, Okoro's gone over every single time. He averages 6 P plus A. Basically, he's going to come into the game. He's going to shoot, 4 to 6 times, 4 to 5 times most likely. But 2 to 3 of them will be 3-pointers. Honestly, you need a 3-pointer and a bucket or a couple of free throws or something. So you're really not asking for much here. It's going to be a really limited play. But I do think it's a really good prop that I'm going to have in a lot of my slips on Underdog for sure. I don't think the line's moved anywhere else. It's not really anywhere besides Underdog, Bet365, and BetMGM right now, and Sleeper. But it's a solid play nonetheless. And my last play of the day today, we're going to head over to Grizzlies at the Clippers. We're going with our dear friend James Harden, under 31.5 points and assists. Now, the Clippers are fully healthy this year, and there wasn't really a strong lean either way when I looked at that sample, because I wanted to filter for games with Leonard and Powell. Only looking at the season, you see it's about 50-50. He's gone over 47% of the time. But the reason why I'm taking this play today for James Harden, it's strictly because of a head-to-head. He has actually gone under a 31.5 P&A in each out of his last 6 head-to-heads against the Memphis Grizzlies. He tends to have these teams where they just kind of play him very well, and he just consistently goes under on them. Having Powell and Leonard both being healthy also helps this, because I'm sure they weren't healthy in all 6 of these games. Basically, he'll play his 35 minutes, he'll get his volume of shots, he'll get his handful of assists, but I'm just banking on this head-to-head trend continuing and him going under 31.5 points and assists. So our record on the year so far is 148 wins. Well, it's not in the year. The record since February 1st is 148 wins, 100 losses, and 13 pushes for me. So we've had a really good run here in the last 2 months or so. I haven't gone back and tracked my results in January, December, November. I probably could. It would just take a lot of time to go back and do it. I'm sure the results are fairly similar to the same. I had a really hot December, decent January. So I just need to find the time to go back on it. But, it is also a Flex Friday on PrizePicks. So be sure to opt into your Flex Friday plays. You could use all 6 of these plays as your Flex Friday slip. I'll also have some first half and first quarter props posted in the Discord later on today. Most lines aren't posted yet, and those are some of my favorite props to be on this entire season. So like I mentioned before, join the free Discord server. The link is in the bio. If you want to see this write-up every single day, it is a paid subscription. That link is in the bio as well, but I could offer you a free trial or some sort of discount if you are interested in all that. And last but definitely not least, I appreciate you guys watching, and best of luck on your plays tonight, everyone.